Hi everyone, Sakey here, Wake Up New Zealand. Today I'd like to talk about the rapid rise of Islam in New Zealand and what's happened since the Christchurch attacks. Sad to say that 49 Muslims were actually killed in a mosque down in Christchurch by a monster, and it wasn't even a New Zealand monster, it was an Australian monster. Yeah, New Zealanders are being blamed. Anybody's being blamed but the monster. So, and that's the truth of it. Today I want to talk about the hypocrisy in New Zealand. Hypocrisy is being rewarded. I'm going to proudly say that I am of Christian faith. I don't tell others what faith to have. I don't dictate. I don't threaten them if they are not of Christian faith. So everyone to their own, as long as you don't interfere with other people and the way they believe. So that goes both sides of the fence, by the way. So I'm also talking about Jacinda Ardern when she says you must love all Muslims. They are us, but they don't say we are them. Come on. This is hypocrisy. And we have Simon Bridges and Jacinda Ardern and the rest of their cronies actually celebrating Ramadan. Simon Bridges is Christian. How hypocritical is that? So, we talk in New Zealand, we're going on a lot about white supremacy, which doesn't bloody exist anyway. It's just made up. And also Islamophobia. Okay? So, and a summary of attacks of Muslims in Western countries. Well, we don't talk about those, do we? We talked about Nigeria and the burning of the church and killing all these people over there by Muslims, but we forget about it the following day, like it never happened. But here we are, 4 months later. Yes, it's our territory, but New Zealand, innocent New Zealanders are being attacked by an institutionalised, separatist government. Purposely so. So, yeah, the media, the press. Oh my God, even their silence is propaganda. Look how silent they were when it came to the United Nations Compact on Migration. Not one of them spoke up. A little birdie tweeted it, and we started to find out about it. Why did they hide all that? They hid all that because of now. What is happening now? They knew what would happen. I blame every politician in Parliament because they all knew about it. Whether they are ACT, New Zealand First, National, Labour-led, I don't care who they are, they all knew and they all kept their bloody mouths shut. So they're all guilty, they all were traitors to the people of New Zealand. So the media, the UN Global Compact on Migration, they have been told in the agreement that if they oppose migration, they will have all their public funding taken away. If that's not blackmail, what is it? This is dictatorship. So the media is supposed to look after the interests of the public, not so. Halal certification. We say we don't have Sharia law in New Zealand. Yes, we do. We have certified halal goods. And I'm not just talking about meat. You know, Muslims do not celebrate Easter. To them, Jesus Christ did not die on the cross. Yet you've got companies like Cadbury's who are actually charging a halal certification fees. This is just money-grabbing greed. So, where does this halal money go to? We don't even know. The tax department don't even tell you where it goes to because they don't know, because they're not bothered. Because the people who get it are the Federation of Islamic Associations of New Zealand. They decide where it goes and they don't tell us. They don't have to tell the government. They don't have to tell anyone. They don't have to be audited. If I, as a private citizen, started up my own tax scheme and started selling goods, I would be had up. My tax scheme amounts to GST gathering and answerable to the tax department. There's none of that with halal. So, we don't know where the money's going to. They're answerable to no one but themselves. United Nations, data centres. United Nations changed the way they collect data. Strange that. Now, we don't know what the data is as far as migration is concerned in New Zealand. We don't know who's coming in or whatever's happening. We've had no updated data for years and years, and we're not like to get it too soon either. So we've got part census, what they want us to know. The other part, well, it's got lost somewhere, hasn't it? Still not coming forward. Now they're saying 2020. By that time, who knows? So they may have some figures, but can you believe them? Because I can't. So what have we got? From a few years back, they said that the census, when they took the census with the Islamic population, it was about 1.5% of New Zealand, majority living in Auckland, as they still are. But as I say, the data is years out of date. Mount Roskill had 6%. Some areas had 13% and 18%. It is up, and it's growing fast. I've noticed when I go out shopping and I'm on the streets, I never ever saw a Muslim before, and they are everywhere. Everywhere. And we're not allowed to know how many. So, New Zealand Police, it appears that since the Christchurch murders, it's been more important to do people for hate speech, to call in on innocent people, raid innocent people, with armed police going to innocent people's houses and asking them if they vote for Donald Trump, and to put a gun pointed at a 12-year-old girl and make her put her hands up. How is that? Is this really New Zealand? I cannot believe it. Why don't they just get on and start getting criminals? Spend their time catching criminals. How dare they violate our homes? The place where we're supposed to be safe, where our family's supposed to be safe. We don't feel safe anymore. So, as far as the Prime Minister wearing hijab or a scarf round her head covering her hair, you know, in some Muslim countries, like Saudi Arabia, there's women having public lashings and being put in prison, treated so horrendously because they refuse to wear the hijab. And yet, Jacinda Ardern, hey, where's women's rights? This is not cool, is it? And you go along with this? The feminist groups are going along with this. This is so hypocritical. So, whilst the New Zealand government, past and present, have failed us, who has actually filled in the gaps along the way? It's been Christian organisations, individuals and groups. 295,000 impoverished children, housing crisis in New Zealand, and who is doing the work? It's not the government, it is Christian organisations, and you want to cut off the hand that keeps this country going. Well, shame, shame, bloody shame on you. So, when Jacinda Ardern says, you are also one of us, do you hear the Muslims saying, oh, but you're one of us too? Of course not. We're infidels. We're just the same as the Jews. So this is a journey in New Zealand of acceptance of Sharia law. Wait, it's going to be in our laws. Wait and see. Mark my words. It is coming. It will be enshrined in the New Zealand legal system. It already is as far as hate speech is concerned. They just make it up as they go along. So, Jacinda Ardern, whether you wear a hijab, a scarf, whatever on your head, you're an atheist, as you said, unless you've converted to Muslim, then as an atheist, you're not Muslim, so therefore you're an infidel, just like I am. So that's how it is. So you've got New Zealand Police Inspector Rakesh Naidu. He, with Susan Devoy, sit on the Human Rights Council, and they have said to the UN that they want disharmonious speech in New Zealand criminalised, make it a criminal offence. And this is targeted at religions, beliefs of ethnic minorities. So if you criticise Islam, that's going to be a crime in New Zealand. Islam is an ideology. Therefore, that means if you're Christian, people can say what they like about you. They can ridicule you, they can blaspheme you, they can say whatever they like, and that's not a crime. It doesn't work both ways. How do you feel about that one? So, a woman contacted the New Zealand Herald. She was scared because she said she thought that terrorism was being taught in a mosque in New Zealand. She tells the Herald, what do the Herald do? They gave the imam who was preaching it her personal details. How is that? Her contact details. This imam was preaching Jews and evil offspring, infidels, the scum of human race, where Allah cursed and turned into apes and pigs. That woman must get permission from their husbands to leave the house. The woman complained to the New Zealand Herald and they made her a victim. Shame on them. Simon Bridges, leader of the National Party, he celebrated Ramadan, for goodness sake. How hypocritical is that? This imam at this, when they were doing the Ramadan, when Simon Bridges was there, said he hopes that one day to see a mosque in every corner of New Zealand. So people, this is a question I'm going to ask you, that Britons have been asked, and we should actually ask this ourselves. So they've been asked, if entrenched by Muslims, okay, would you submit? Because Islam means submission. Are you prepared to submit? Will you resist? Have you thought what it will mean to New Zealand? What it will mean to your family? What it will mean to this generation and next generation? So you need to think about that, because no one is standing up to this government. No one is saying anything. Politicians are so hypocritical. The press is hypocritical. Feminists are hypocritical. And then you've got the ISO, the socialist organisations that are stirring up trouble in this country. They're hypocritical. The only ones that are not hypocritical are the ones that are telling the truth, and they're the ones that are being persecuted. Thank you very much, New Zealand.